Hello, hello, hello. It's Kyle Van Voors with Voors.com, and today I'm going to share with you how to get so specific with your messaging that whenever you speak to somebody that's within your target market, what you say is going to resonate and inspire action. Let's dive right in. One of the biggest challenges I see at the early stage is really around messaging. What do I say? What do I send my prospects in order to get them excited about our product and service and actually take action to learn more about it? And what this comes down to is having a deep understanding of the problems that your prospects are facing, and more importantly, how big of an impact do those problems have negatively on the organization. If you understand those two things really well, you're going to be able to resonate with any prospect that fits within your ideal customer profile. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through an exercise that you can go through with some other executives on the team, or maybe even some of the sales folks, to really hone in on the problems that you're solving and why those problems are so important. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and it tells me I should keep creating it. All right, here we are. It's another worksheet that you can use to actually hone in on some of your messaging, specifically around the problems and the impact of those problems. Now, I'm going to go through an example here. You'll see in the templates that I provide in the description below, there's a blank template version, and then there's also the example, just in case you need to revisit for a little inspiration. Now, let's go piece by piece here. You're going to notice the first column here is feature. This is going to be the name of the feature that is solving a specific problem. And the reason why we do this is because we want to make sure we know why certain parts of the product or certain parts of the service are actually there in the first place. They must be solving a specific problem. Often solutions solve a high-level problem in a couple of different ways. So you want to make sure that you know exactly what problem each feature is designed to solve, because it's going to give you a lot of clarity around your messaging holistically. The second column is the problem that that feature solves. Really important here, because what you want is you want to understand the actual fundamental issue that that feature is working to solve for your prospect. That way you can actually speak to it in a way that's meaningful. The next column here is the impact of that problem. That problem being true for that organization, what negative impact is that having on the organization? Are they losing money? Are they spending way too much time doing something which ultimately costs them money? Or is it something completely? Are they putting themselves at risk? What is the actual problem that the prospect is experiencing that they feel and they know about, they're conscious of it, and they want to solve it? The next column here, the root causes of that problem. So why does that problem exist in the first place? The reason why you want to understand the root causes is because you want to make sure you know how your solution lines up to those causes. Let me give you a real example. Let's say one of the features your solution has is an online booking form for tour companies. And the problem that it's solving is the friction for customers who want to book a tour with the tour operator. Maybe they don't have online booking and the customers have to submit a form, and there's a big delay for when they hear back from the tour company. Therefore, they end up booking with somebody else. That's a big problem that could really be costing them money. So you can see here, less profits because of decrease in tour bookings. They're not booking as many tours because they don't have online booking. It's actually impacting their profits. So that's a big impact for this organization. So what could the root causes of that problem, a decrease of profit, really be? The first one is unnecessary manual work. The second one could be lack of online booking. Another one could be lack of online reviews and poor marketing, or even poor customer service. All of those things could cause a reduction in profit because they're not optimized. Now, why do we list out all the things instead of just the ones that are relevant to the feature? The reason why is because your prospects have an idea of what's causing that problem, and you want to make sure you know the full scope of causes so you can position yourself accordingly based on the ones that you directly impact, which in this case is unnecessary manual work and lack of online booking. So if you talk to a prospect and they say, yeah, we don't do very good marketing, so our profits are pretty low, then you can say, That's a big part of it, of course, but also we see that not having an online booking creates friction in the process and also creates more manual work for you. So you get less bookings because the customers aren't able to book online quickly like your competitors let them do. And also, in addition to that, we are seeing on your side more manual work for your staff, which means they're spending more time on that than they could be on other activities that would actually be more profitable for the organization. So in conclusion here, really important to understand the full scope of root causes, but in addition, which ones you specifically help with. The next column here is the pain level. So how painful is this specific problem that you solve? Is it moderate? Is it high? Is it low? I can tell you if it's not moderate or high, it's probably not going to be something that's very interesting for the prospect, with some exceptions to specific situations. You want to be honest about what pain level the prospect has around this problem. So then that way you can align yourself to issues that actually are felt deeper by the prospect instead of focusing on features that solve problems that aren't a high priority to solve. The next column here is persona affected. So the question is, who is actually feeling the impact of this problem? In the example we used earlier, it's the business owner, right? Because the business owner ultimately is the one who cares the most about how profitable the organization is. But there are other people who may also feel the impacts of the problems that you are solving, all the way down to single operators who are actually doing the work, right? Maybe there's more manual work for them, so they feel a lot of pain because they have to do it. And then it's also creating pain for the business owner because they are less profitable than they could be. And then finally, when you list out all of these people, you can add a little sentence on what specifically they feel the most pain with. You want to make sure you understand the differences between the experience of each one of the people who feel the pain or the problem the most, because when you're speaking to those people, you want to be able to relate to them. And finally here, the last column, how are they trying to solve this problem today? This one is super important and not a lot of people ask this. What happens is business owners have problems and they try to solve them themselves. Of course they do, especially if they feel the pain of that problem at a really high level. So they use suboptimal tactics typically in order to try to solve that problem themselves. If you are unaware of how they try to solve those problems, then when you come in with your solution, they're going to be able to say, oh, we have it all set, and you're not going to be able to position yourself properly as a true solution to the problem that they're trying to solve with their subpar solution. Another thing to add here is sometimes there's nothing they have done to solve the problem, and that's really powerful, especially if the pain level is really high. Then when you talk to those prospects, not only are they feeling the pain, but they also don't know what to do about it, and you're truly coming in with a solution that's going to have a huge impact on their organization. So go ahead, fill out that sheet, go in as much detail as you possibly can. Feel free to add things to it. We call this the problem impact chart because you really need to understand the problems of your prospects and the impacts that those problems have on the broader organization. If you get really good at this, and maybe even more importantly, you get your team really good at this, then you're going to have much better conversations with your prospects. So take the time, fill it out. And if you like this type of content, let me know in the comments below so I'll keep making it. If you liked this video, you should probably check out this one.